Welcome to our fall series. And what did we make today?
We made some butternut squash soup.
It is absolutely divine. It's going to make your family's whole night. Make this with some crusty bread. You've got some bacon on top, some heavy whipping cream. It's amazing. I hope you give it a shot. Welcome again to the fall series. And I have Scotty, who doesn't leave yet to go back to school. And we're going to do one of, well, you know I love soups. And the butternut squash soup is one of my very favorites. It's smooth, it's creamy, it's hearty, and it's just a wonderful thing to have with some great crusty bread in the middle of fall or winter. So I have laying out everything you're going to need. You've got the cubed butternut squash. Most any store has these right now this time of year. They're already cubed, already done for you. Some heavy whipping cream. Some very crispy bacon that we've already kind of chopped up. We've got 2 stalks of celery, and I've already chopped up the celery. We've got 1 large yellow onion and a couple of tablespoons of butter. That's all that's going to go into this. And oh no, 3 cans, I think they're 15 ounce cans of
Chicken stock.
Chicken broth. And I just use an organic chicken broth, and you can probably add another can or use one of these, you know, just kind of you can almost use this whole thing. So here we go. We have the broth going. Scotty, do you mind grabbing?
Do you want me to turn this on?
Yeah, turn it back on. It was already. We want it simmering, and we're going to bring it to a boil.
Grabbing what?
You're going to add all of those into it. You want 3 pounds of butternut squash. This is a little bit more. Doesn't matter, you can play around with this recipe. Add these, because what we're gonna want, if you can go ahead and add this as well. Oh, that looks so good. I might even need to add a little bit more. So we're going to cover this and bring it to a boil because it needs to soften all of that. You got it?
Got it.
I'm going to show you something that I absolutely love. Scotty and I were in Atlanta. Would you hand me that little contraption?
Of course.
Scotty and I were in Atlanta helping a friend of hers, she's a maid of honor in a wedding, look for a wedding dress. And we were staying with the groom's mother. And we're in the kitchen, and she whips out this contraption. I know I've said something on my Tip Tuesdays before, but it bears repeating because it really is my favorite.
Life-changing.
Life-changing kitchen gadget. Wouldn't you say?
Yeah.
I mean, I grabbed her. I see the woman using this, and I'm like, what is that? She runs out of her kitchen.
She's like, I have an extra one in the basement.
No, she keeps several in the basement because when she goes to someone's home, she gives them as hostess gifts. So what this thing is, it's incredible. Watch this. I love to do it with onion, garlic. So I have a whole onion right here, right? I just chopped it up into like eighths. Put it in here.
What's this part for?
That is a
Rinsing?
spinner. So if you put something that is wet that needs spinning, but I don't need that. So it might be a little bit full. Okay, see this red handle?
It's like a lawnmower.
It's like a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It is completely diced. Completely diced. Nothing undiced. Look at that underneath that, all diced. And it's so easy to clean. You just throw this whole thing in your dishwasher. You don't need to take out your giant Cuisinart that, I mean, it's broken on us a number of times. But we're going to throw this whole onion.
It doesn't make you cry.
It doesn't make me cry. And it has, wait, before I do this, it has also a silicone cover that you can cover it and put this into your fridge. And then again, this thing can go in it so you can spin something that's wet.
Do you want to do the last little bit?
Oh, yeah. I'll just throw in this last little bit. Do you want to give it a pull?
Let's try the lawnmower. Okay, so I just do it like...
Yeah. It's so satisfying. You're done. It's done. It's so satisfying. Look at that. Throw it in here. You got that?
That's my type of cooking.
It's your type of cooking? All right. That's plenty. I'm going to go ahead and stir this. So this soup, it's so wonderful. Once everything's tender, and you know what I mean by tender. Once it reaches the point where everything is soft, you can stick a fork in it. We are going to bring over an immersion blender, and we're going to immersion the entire thing. We're going to serve it, drizzle, or we're going to put in some warm butter, drizzle some heavy whipping cream, and garnish it with bacon. Okay, so I just tested it, and the butternut squash is, what's the word?
Tender.
Tender, which means it's easy to get into. And now what we're going to do, and we're getting the immersion blender. I'm going to teach Scotty how to use the immersion blender because she's never done it before. We went to plug it in, and earlier, it's been a day. Earlier, all the power went out, and we had a hot water heater explosion. So that outlet's not working. So we're going to bring it over here. Hang on one second. You want to carry that? Wait, it's hot.
Ooh, hot.
All right, I'm going to show you how to do this. You want to plug that under for me?
Yeah.
Does it reach?
Yes.
Okay, I'm going to move it. Now, so Scotty, when you're doing it, you want to keep these holes. You got it. Let me move this a little bit. Keep these holes under the liquid
water
line because otherwise this is going to go everywhere, okay?
Okay.
Now, what you're going to want to do is lift it up, push down, and immerse, okay? So you've been home now for
Almost 2 weeks.
and what has been a highlight for you? Because you had a friend visit.
One of my closest friends, Emily, she's originally from Australia, and now she goes to Florida Atlantic, and so she came to visit us for about 4 days, which was absolutely incredible.
Want to try it?
Yeah, which was incredible. And then before that, we were in Idaho, which it's my favorite place on the planet.
So what did you do with Emily while she was here that
we had a lot of family in town, so we spent a lot of time with family, and then we also actually went to get coffee with my grandfather. And I feel like that's one of my favorite things to do with my close friends is to literally just hang out with my grandfather. And they actually don't call him Grandpa. They don't call him Paul. They call him G-Paw, which is what we call him. And so it's really special that my best friends like just know and love my grandfather.
And Scotty lost, my mom passed away almost 20 years ago. So like you don't have a lot of memories of that. So I love that my kids really encourage not just their own relationships with their grandfather, and my husband's grandparents or parents, but also they bring their friends in to meet them. So it's been you got it?
Yeah, there's like
So you want to do this until there's no more chunks. Now just move it around. While she's doing this, I'm going to take this is actually 3 tablespoons of butter. The recipe calls for 2, but we had a little bit of extra butternut squash, so I'm making it 3 tablespoons, and we love Kerrygold butter.
Yes, we do. We do love.
And so that is going to just, you don't even have to hit it that one. That's going to melt and make it creamy. I think you got it. There's some crunches.
I know.
It is so good. Make sure you have a hot, crusty sourdough bread going.
Okay.
And our favorite, here we go. Just leave it, it's okay. This stuff is so, ooh, the butter's still melting. Got it? And then what you do is take a little heavy cream, and you just want to drizzle the heavy cream on the top. It actually just makes you can even make a heart on it or something. And then take the bacon. Do you have the bacon?
Yeah, it's over here. Couldn't find it.
And make sure it's been finely chopped, and just put that in. You could even you could do some toasted
Nuts.
Whether you have like a toasted, what are the teeny seeds? Anyway, you could choose your favorite toasted nut and sprinkle those on top as well.
I don't know.
But this soup is absolutely fantastic. I hope you give it a shot. I hope you learned something today. I love you.
I did. I learned more than I thought I was going to.
Thank you for joining us, and we'll see you at our next episode. All right, welcome. You're joining us in our kitchen. It's an evening, and we are making our favorite soup. What is our favorite soup?
Chicken and barley soup.
Chicken and barley soup. So when we were in Switzerland years ago, we had beef and barley, and I came home and could not find a beef and barley recipe that I loved. I think you had to use a dried beef. So we as a family, well, I guess I did. I came up with chicken and barley, and it really is our favorite. So I'm just going to walk you through how to do it. What you need is chicken broth, chicken bouillon. You're going to need your normal...
A yellow onion and then a few stalks of celery.
A couple stalks of celery. How much carrot?
No carrot. That's for Scotty's.
Oh, that's for Scotty's. So you just need onion and celery, butter, beef broth, bouillon, a lot of chicken, and heavy whipping cream and bacon.
Flour.
And flour. So here we go. We're going to start with one stick in my stock pot. We're going to melt this because in that we're going to saute the onions and celery. I mean, this soup, have you made it for your roommates?
Mm-hmm. Everyone loved it at school. It was so good.
It's everybody. So what we're going to do is one stick, and then I'm going to
take like half of that.
Half of this. So 2 stalks of celery that have been diced.
And the second half will be for Scotty's.
Okay.
And so are the carrots.
And then you're going to need 1 diced onion.
Go to the other side.
I'm going to just grab this. 1 diced onion. And this is going to be in the oven just until everything softens.
On the stove.
On the stove, yeah. Again, easy. If you make it, it's not exact science. Hey, Scotty, what are you doing over there? Scotty's having to make her own, well, we're making a different soup for her, chicken broth, because she can't have the dairy. All right, in a different container, we're going to put another stick of butter. And we're going to make a roux. You're going to take 1 stick of butter and 3/4 cup of flour. You can do it separately since we're running out of pans. But this is all on page 395 of my cookbook, Hungry for Home. And again, it's chicken and barley soup. You got that?
Yeah.
I'll do that in hers.
And right now we also have barley cooking on the stove.
Oh, yeah, let's explain that. What you need is 5 cups of cooked barley. So we've got barley cooking, so that's going to be completely done. You need 12 to 15 slices of very crispy bacon. That's been prepared. The other thing we've done, I cooked a whole bunch of chicken because you need about 8 cups of shredded chicken. So what I did yesterday was I took several chicken breasts, I wrapped them in tin foil, and I cooked them at 350 until you could shred it. Literally, I put them in a bowl, I stuck a mixer, 2 seconds later, I have all my cups of shredded chicken. So that's ready to go into the pot. Now when I say chicken and bouillon, I mean this better than bouillon. Used to use those, those little squares. It honestly tastes like you're eating straight chemicals. This probably isn't a lot better. Shh, don't say anything, my healthy daughter. But it sure tastes better than those squares. And I put a couple tablespoons of these inside. It just richens up the flavor. You can go up and down with it.
Oh, yeah. I'm scared because it's so thin.
All right, I'm adding my 2nd stick of butter. And then I'm going to get 3/4 cup of flour. And I'm going to add that to it so it'll start to thicken. All right, I'll get 3/4 cup of flour. Oh, you're making a different soup right now.
Yeah, for Scotty. Oh, hello, here.
This soup is super easy to make. I've never met anybody who didn't love this soup.
It's so good.
It's so good.
And then the next day you can just, a lot of times it loses a lot of the broth overnight and stuff, but then you can just add more broth when you heat it up the next day. And it's just
Oh,
good.
because the barley, it's kind of like when you make a soup with rice, it soaks it up. So just add additional broth the next day. All right, I'm adding 3/4 cup. And to that, I'm going to add heavy whipping cream. I need 1.5 cups of heavy whipping cream. And this is going to make a roux. More of that. Oh my gosh, it is so good. That's going to thicken. And I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to get 8 cups of chicken broth. If you're dealing with these, you're going to need 2 of these boxes. I mean, soups in the wintertime, nothing better. Nothing better.
Okay, Mama, I think it's ready. Gonna start Scotty's.
Okay, while that cooks up, I'm going to take a couple of, maybe 3 tablespoons, 2 tablespoons, you know, healthy spoonfuls of this, and I'm going to put it in there. Can you tell we're making 2 different soups? She's doing a separate soup. Okay, so what we're gonna do is we're gonna add the 8 cups of chicken right now. Okay, so we've done the chicken. We're going to add the cooked barley to it, and then we're going to add the bacon, and that's it. Then you just let it simmer, thicken. If you need to add a little bit more broth, you add more broth, but I'm telling you, everybody will be so happy. I'm going to add a little bit more broth, I think. Not very much.
Bye, Dad. Love you.
Okay, let me get the bacon, and we're done. So we cooked all the bacon yesterday. I mean, it's in a bag, and I'm just going to crunch it all up. You want it really crispy. It's so nice to have people working in the kitchen with me. I mean, what do I do when you're not here?
What do you do?
What do I do? All right, here goes the bacon. And again, you can cook this in advance and freeze it. All right.
It looks so good.
I'm going to taste it, and then I'm going to show you what it looks like. When I tell you this soup is amazing, I mean it's amazing. Do you see all the steam coming out of it? It's incredible. I mean, bacon, barley, heavy cream chicken, doesn't get any better than that. I hope you try this soup. You will thank me. Have a great day. Welcome to Hillside Farm. My name is Ruth McKeaney, and we are in the fall series. And one of my very favorite things about fall is soups. So you're going to be joining Audrey and I as we make this soup, which is one of our classic family favorites, which is I Heart Chicken and Wild Rice Soup in my cookbook. And the reason for the heart is we even put a little puff pastry of a heart. So please join us. I think you're going to absolutely love this soup. Welcome to the fall series. My name is Ruth McKeaney, and it's so exciting to have y'all here. We are going to be doing a soup today. Soup is something that my daughter Audrey and I love soup. And this particular soup, it's called a wild rice soup, a chicken wild rice soup. And it's really one of the staples in our house. I promise you're gonna love it. You can use chicken, you could use turkey. We just happen to use chicken. And Audrey's gonna help me now. So go ahead, Audrey, take it away. What are we doing?
So we turn the heat on for our Dutch oven or any pan.
So go ahead and I use a Dutch oven or a heavy stock pot is what you're gonna be wanting to do. And it's just going to be doing a stick of butter in it,
Yeah, we're starting with melting a stick of butter. Yeah, you want a big enough pot or pan
There you go.
that the soup can go in after. So we're gonna start melting 1 stick of butter, and as that melts, we're gonna add 3/4 cup of celery, an onion each, so 3/4 of each, all chopped up we have in this bowl. We also have a cup of shredded carrots. So as the butter melts, we're gonna mix these in and saute them for a few minutes.
These are things that are they're staples to soups, right? You've got your onion, your celery, and your carrots in the butter. We're then going to make a roux following that. So it's just soups. This is what you start with for most of them. Now you're going to also cook them until it's translucent. At least basically the celery and the onion are translucent, and then your carrots are just super soft. While she is doing that back there, I'm going to do something. So this soup recipe, it's on page, if I can see properly. Audrey,
Need some help?
Oh my gosh.
373.
So 372,
yeah, 373.
373 in the cookbook, my cookbook, Hungry for Home, you'll see this recipe. Now, we were in Switzerland once when we were at this restaurant, and they served our soups with puff pastry on the top. And now I love to do the same thing. So I'm going to show you how you can do a puff pastry that can be cooking while you're preparing the soup that you can put on top and surprise your family. So go ahead into the freezer section of your store and get puffed pastry. They're in a long container like this. Let's see if I have a box anywhere nearby.
Oh, right here. I'll grab it.
Thank you. It looks like this. Pepperidge Farm makes them.
The sheets.
They're in sheets. Go ahead and thaw it and put it out on a board with some flour. Now, I keep all of my cookie cutters in a jar like this, and I'm gonna do a heart because that kind of fits it. And just go ahead and cut out a whole bunch of hearts. These are then, I'm going to do the tops with I took an egg white and water, and we are going to wash the top of them so that they brown really nicely. I have just a cookie sheet right here with parchment paper. These are gonna rise and be golden and so, they're just fun. They're just a fun little thing to put on your kids' soups. I mean, literally choose whatever. I mean, look how many. I mean, a lot of these are Christmas cookies. So
That's perfect. You also have the heart on your
I have the heart on my
cookbook.
All right, here we go. What's going on back there with that soup?
They're just sauteing. The butter just finished melting, and so it's all in the pan. Just want to wait until they're soft enough where it's a good texture in the soup but not too mushy.
So Audrey, we are filming this right before you leave for school, but when it airs, you will be at school. If you had to give any incoming freshmen or other kids that aren't in college yet just a piece of advice, what would it be?
That's a good question.
Since you're now, a sophomore.
I would say mainly just trying to get involved and meet as many people as you can, because I would say freshman year, it may seem like a lot of people do have friends or know people from beforehand, but the main thing you can do is just get to know people everywhere, because you're at a huge school and you never know connections down the line, or you never know who you'll necessarily be friends with. So just really stretching and just either whether it be joining clubs or just learning different things, because you never know what you enjoy or what you want to do.
I also think it can be deceiving because you see everything on social media. You think everybody's having a great time and meeting so many people, but they're in the same position you are. It just sometimes can look.
Yeah, because sometimes, people are posting and they are with all their friends, so it may seem as if
Yeah.
everyone has met their best friends and you haven't, but it's helpful to
not
put
the
in
case.
perspective to realize that everyone's in the same boat as you.
Yeah. So what did you get involved in this year, or your first year?
I was in some clubs, like I was in an econ club and a NSID, and then I started leading Young Life
At an area high school, I think.
at Charlottesville High School with one of my
Okay.
good friends. And then we have spring rush at UVA, so I rushed a sorority this past
In
spring.
the past spring. All right, so we've got these hearts. We're going to put them in the oven. You know, you want them golden brown, but I'm guessing around 15 minutes. I will check on them. And at 350, so here we go. All right, back to the soup. What's going on back there?
I think we're almost there.
Yeah,
You want to come look at it, Mama?
a little bit longer. I'm going to go ahead. I'm going to melt the other stick of butter in the pan. We're going to be sauteing mushrooms in this pan. All right, we've got milk. Make sure you have chicken broth and Uncle Ben's long wild rice.
It has it also comes with
A lot of
herbs and seasonings,
Yeah.
which add a lot of flavor to the soup. That's why we love this one.
what we did before ahead of time was cook our chicken. So what I do is go ahead and I cook the chicken. I kind of steam it. I put it in tin foil, top and bottom, in a pan, and then I cook it. It shreds really easily that way, and we like our chicken within our soups shredded. And what we did last night, actually, just so that we were kind of more prepared today, is once you've cooked it, you drain all the juices from the chicken, take a mixer, a hand mixer, and stick it in with the chicken. You will be shocked. It will be shredded in less than 20 seconds. There's no standing like this with two knives and forks. It is shredded, boom, done. All with a hand mixer. So we did that in advance. All right, I'm gonna stick the mushrooms in. We're gonna saute the mushrooms as well. Okay. Got it? Pretty soon,
think
this
this is
kitchen is
looking-
gonna smell so good.
It already does over here. I think this might be done, Mom. Over here are sauteed celery, onions, and carrots. It's all been softened and translucent. Next, we're gonna add our 8 cups of chicken stock, which is just 2 of these.
2 of these containers.
And then in addition to that, we're also gonna add some chicken bouillon, which is just some additional flavor of chicken.
So the original recipe, when I was given it, had you use those, you know, the little
Bouillon
cubes. The cubes that literally to me tasted like chemicals. And now I use something called Better Than Bouillon. I love this. They
Slightly
have
better chemicals.
slightly better chemicals, but it's so good and it deepens the richness of your soup. It comes in chicken, vegetable, beef. Not sure what else it comes in. I love this stuff for every kind of soup, and I'm gonna put in a healthy
Here's a
tablespoon.
spoon.
Oh, thank you.
So we're just gonna keep stirring this. That was healthy, all right.
That was healthy, all right. All right.
Make sure we just fully mix that in.
You've already got have you put in the rice yet?
No, after that's all fully dissolved, let me just get the bouillon.
We're gonna be mixing in the packet of herbs as well as the wild rice.
The bouillon is still needing to break up a little bit. How are the mushrooms looking?
Oh, I'll check the mushrooms. What we're gonna do, how much flour is in this?
Half a cup.
So I'm gonna take this half a cup of flour and I'm going to make a roux with the mushrooms. So here we go. And to this, once it's all incorporated, and it just looks like, I mean, I could eat this with a spoon. We're going to add the milk. And without my glasses, I cannot read my directions.
It's 4 cups of milk.
It's 4 cups of milk. Now we're gonna mix. We're gonna mix the butter, the mushrooms, the flour, and the milk on like medium heat because it's going to start to really make a thickener that we're going to add to this soup. And then we're going to salt and pepper to taste. I'm going to go ahead and add these two things now. This is such an easy recipe. So I think Audrey has to go back to school and basically have declared a major. You know, back when I was in school, people were changing their majors until their senior year of college, I think.
Yeah, we have to, I think, the end of either first or second semester this year. But I mean, a lot of kids do
Yeah.
change it up a little as you go, but it's still crazy. Oops, a little bit.
So this is medium high because we need to bring this to a boil to cook all of the rice. How's that going over there? Keep your eye on it because it's going to rise.
Yeah.
Is it on like a medium?
Yeah.
There's something about roux. I love it. Well, it's flour and butter. I mean, I could eat, I'm not kidding, with a spoon. The great thing about this is it tastes great the second day, the third day. And also what you might find is the rice is going to expand. So sometimes when it's been refrigerated.
Try the chicken?
No, we're going to add the chicken after we do
Oh,
that. Sometimes the rice will absorb more and more and more and more of the moisture when it sits overnight. All you need to do the next day, if you're heating it back up, is add a little chicken broth, and it will again be exactly what it needs to be. Let me check on. Oh, they're
They should
growing.
be like 15-ish minutes, right?
They're
or until
growing.
they
They're so good.
start getting
All
golden
right,
brown.
clean up as you go. That is a rule. Clean up as you go. Anything else with starting school on?
Nothing really. It just doesn't feel real that it's tomorrow. I go back,
It's
which is
tomorrow.
crazy.
It's tomorrow.
But I don't think it's gonna hit me until. I mean, the fact that I have class in 5 days is crazy.
Someone gave me some advice when I took my first child to college. They said, have your husband make a plan for the night you leave, something fabulous with just the two of you so you can go have some fun or go cry on your, someone's shoulder. That really helped. She's my number 4, so it's not my first rodeo. That doesn't mean it doesn't happen without tears, but yeah, I've just kind of gotten used to this rhythm. So, but it is hard, especially since my girls have been my cooking buddies all summer. All right, let's see. So how much chicken are we adding?
We are adding, let's see, I don't know this one off the top of my head. 6 cups of shredded cooked chicken.
Yeah. And again, if you don't want to cook the chicken yourself, go to a farmer's market, get a rotisserie chicken. You can also, get a rotisserie chicken anywhere and just shred the chicken and add it. I don't know, I kind of like to cook it myself and know exactly what's going into it. But again, anything that saves you time. You can also freeze this soup, which is really wonderful. So again, it is the perfect staple for the upcoming fall.
The nice thing with chicken is you can also add more if you want more, less
If you want less. So the milk, flour, and butter mixture
and mushrooms.
has thickened. I'm going to let it get a little thicker, and we are going to incorporate it into that.
Smells so good. Kind of reminds me of like an elevated chicken noodle soup.
When we were on vacation in Switzerland one year, we had a beef and barley soup. And I came home and said, I'm going to make that into a chicken and barley soup. So we actually took a lot of components in this soup and made
kind of
another
transferred
soup
into
to a beef or chicken and barley, which is really wonderful. And that's in the cookbook as well.
Those are all the kids in our family. Half
They're
of
two
us,
favorites.
Our favorites, the chicken and wild rice, half's the barley, but they're both delicious.
Okay.
I'd say the chicken and barley is a little bit more wintry,
Yeah.
but they're both.
Plus I have bacon in it.
Yeah. A few different components.
All right. I think it's time. We're going to go ahead and add that roux into the soup.
Do you want me to add it
Got
over?
it? Yeah, go ahead and pour it. I'll stir.
Careful.
Okay. I think we might be able to add a little more chicken. How much? Did you use the whole thing of chicken?
I used the whole thing.
Okay, then we're good.
Which was definitely more
All right.
than 6 cups, but we like ours extra.
We like them extra meaty. So this is going to, again, simmer for about a half hour to 40 minutes. Let me check on these. Oh, they are almost ready. And then we're going to go ahead and top off. You want to grab one of those bowls and a plate.
Yeah.
And we're going to show you how you can serve these to make everyone really happy. They're getting brown, so we're going to give it a second.
It's also good with adding some crunchy bread or something, and then you can also dip that in. And
Oh, and you know what? Do sourdough. That's what our kids have gotten very into making. I mean, can you imagine if the smell of sourdough cooking and the soup was going? Oh, it looks so good. Yum, yum, yum. Okay, so I think the soup is ready, and so are the hearts. If you want to go ahead and spoon up a bowl.
Some soup.
I'm going to pull these out.
Smells so good.
Ooh. I mean, look how cute these little hearts are. I'm telling you, anyone you have over, they're just going to be marveling at the little puff pastry on the top of their soup. Perfect. Okay, which heart do you want to put on yours? I'm going to let you choose. Now that I've touched them all.
Let's do this one.
Okay.
With a
You can
little
hear it sizzle.
Uh-huh.
And there you have it. The perfect fall soup with a daughter, a friend, your spouse, anybody. You're going to love it, and I hope you try it. Please return, come subscribe to Hungry for Home on YouTube, and we will see you back.